Welcome to Pack Brothers. For the last 5 months, we've been turning our Chinese mini truck into an off-road recovery vehicle. It might look like this build is almost complete, but there actually isn't one single thing that's 100% finished on the truck. And this week, our goal is to change that. We've got to get this, and this painted so we can assemble this chassis for the last time.
But the mini truck ain't the only thing on Caleb's plate this week.
So yesterday, my wife and I had to move out of our old place, and dang near everything we own is sitting in this trailer. It's in here because we are about a week behind on the remodel of my new place. So essentially, I don't have a place to live. And for me, it's not a big problem. I'll post up in the shop in a sleeping bag. But for my wife and 10-month-old son, it's not quite that easy.
But in our family, when you got problems, you ain't on your own.
If you watched last week's video, you saw a little bit of it in here. There was no beam, no post, no can lights. Nothing was really done in here.
We've got electrical, sheetrock repair,
Base, casings, everything's got to get masked. The whole thing's got to be painted.
So while Caleb and Alex are cranking on the mini truck, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna bust out this thing so Caleb and his family can move in here and we can check this one off the list.
We've got a lot to do, so we better get doing something. Alright, what do we gotta do to get this crap painted?
It's a little bit more than you would think. We've got shocks, upper link mounts, lower link mounts on the front. We've got to weld on the brace for the steering stuff, traction bar mounts, weld on the rear spring pads, carrier bearing for the drive line, and then I think we're ready after that.
That's a bigger list than I thought. Let's just pick something and get going on it.
All 4 of these link mounts are coming off. The bottom ones were welded on wrong, and the top ones are just the wrong bracket. So we have new ones that are all gonna get welded on in the right spot this time.
I think since I'm doing this for Caleb, I'm gonna put a big, huge picture of me right here on the focal point of the whole house. What do you think?
I think we should.
Something like, I'm kind of like doing some little
Yeah,
you know,
something like that.
something like that.
That's a big one off the list. Everything's welded on, done. The new Motobilt upper link mounts are on. I don't think they're going anywhere. I pray we don't have to cut these ones off.
We just found out that the lower ones we just bought are for 9/16 bolts, and our joints are 5/8 bolts. So we got Braid drilling those out because he's done for the night over the house. This ain't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
No, when you have the right tools, it's not too bad.
No, that took 5 seconds.
Usually we're just trying to do that kind of stuff with the wrong tools.
Alright guys, we got a pro tip for you. We've been using these everyday earbuds from Raycon while we're working in the shop in place of average ordinary earplugs because they have active noise cancellation and we can listen to music while we're grinding and working in here.
The sickest part about these is how inexpensive they are for the quality. They have a 32-hour battery life, tap functions, and customizable sound styles.
It's kind of insane how much sound quality they packed into such a small earbud. Morgan Wallen through these puppies full blast sounds amazing.
They're also water resistant, they come in a bunch of different colors, and they're super comfortable. They fit in your ear perfectly so they'll never fall out while you're running or working out.
Raycon offers a 30-day guarantee, so there really isn't any risk on trying these things out.
I ended up getting the purple ones so they didn't get mixed up with Caleb and Brady's, but it turns out Caleb got the same ones as me.
Purple one's flipping hit, dude. It's not my fault.
click the link in our description or go to buyraycon.com/PECBros and use our code PECBros to get 15% off and free shipping.
Thank you so much, Raycon, for supporting our channel and sponsoring today's video. This front axle is ready for paint. It's fully welded, it has shock mounts, provisions for limit straps, the uppers and lower links are both fixed and fully welded, and the double-ended steering ram is fully mounted, fully welded, it's literally ready for paint.
I didn't know if this front axle would ever be done, but it finally is done and we can move on.
I feel like we should go check out what Braid's doing.
We should go make sure he's doing something.
Yeah. How's it going? You look like you're in the North Pole.
I'm sick of sanding. I've got everything cased, nail holes filled. Yeah.
How far do you think? How many days? How many hours?
Do we have left?
Yeah.
I've got probably 2 more days.
Looks like we might beat Braid.
I think we honestly might
serious?
beat you.
Really?
Yeah, the frame's painted.
Whatever.
No, but the front axle's ready for paint. It's done completely.
About the rear.
The rear's not.
The rear's how you left it.
Yeah, the rear's not changed much.
That was like 3 days on that.
3 days.
3 days?
3 days. The day's not over, and we started yesterday. That's a day and some change.
I thought you were going to come and say it's all ready for paint.
Yeah.
We did.
Right.
The whole front axle.
Beautiful.
Alright, what do we gotta do to get this rear done?
Okay, we got 2 shock mounts, this track bar mount, and some limit straps, and then
Traction bar mount.
traction bar.
Don't want you to get roached in the comments.
Yeah, excuse my verbiage here. So this thing is gonna weld on somewhere in here, and then it's gonna have 2 tubes that come out and mount somewhere up here, and that's gonna make it so this pinion can't just roll up and down the leaf springs, and that makes it hop. This basically just keeps the rear end super solid. So once this is on, then we can mount our shocks and weld everything up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this one goes much faster than the front, because I didn't think there was that much on the front, but it took forever.
Also, we were pretty freaking worried about our driveline angle because it's so short and so high, but luckily Tom Woods Drive Shafts out of Ogden, Utah was able to hook it up, make it work, all the angles work, it rotates, it doesn't bind, so we're freaking pumped about that, so thank you, Tom Woods.
We're there.
There's still 2 more things that we should do to this frame before we go paint it. One's the traction bar, but we don't have all the parts for it, so we can't do that. And 2, we're still kind of figuring out where the carrier bearing is going to go for the front driveline. So we're just going to paint it without those things, and if we have to, we'll go and, grind the paint off so we can weld those on. But if we wait any longer to paint this frame, it's never going to get done. We're just dragging our feet. So we're just going to get it done, take this thing apart, and get some crap painted.
Billy
right, it is Caleb's wife's birthday today, so he took off so he could go celebrate it with her. So I'm going to get the frame and the axles ready to paint, and hopefully I can get all 3 of them painted tonight. So there's just a couple things I got to prep on these axles. I'm gonna bring them up to the paint booth. All right, I got both axles up in the paint booth. I think they're good enough to paint. So we're gonna head up there, get some paint on these puppies so we can finish that frame. More than likely I'm forgetting a step, but we're gonna go ahead and throw some paint on it. Chances are it's probably gonna flake off, but at least they're gonna be done for now and we can touch them up later and we can finally move on to that frame, because that's gonna be the biggest thing in this video, is to get that frame painted. All right, I got a coat of paint on both the front and the rear axles, so while that's drying, I'm gonna get this frame down, start cutting and grinding, and then this puppy is going in for paint. After a whole bunch of welding, grinding, sanding, wire wheeling, everything, this frame's finally ready for some paint. So we're actually gonna bed line it. We think that it's gonna cover a lot of our imperfections that we don't really care to fix. So I'm gonna go get Brady. He's done this before. I've never done it, so we'll have him help us set it up and then we'll go from there. Fred, how's it coming in here?
It's coming. That's the only words I have.
The sanding looks fun.
Oh yeah, I've been sanding for 2 days. But I'm like almost there. I just need the rest of the floor, paint blankets down, and I'm ready to freaking spray.
Heck yeah.
So it's moving.
Well, we're ready to paint the frame, and I need your help because I don't know what to do.
Alex recruited me to come do this because I've done it once before. I wouldn't say I did it real good, so I don't know why he recruited me, but really all we got to do is put this hardener in our spray can, and we're going to be able to spray it on, and we're just praying that it holds up, because after the sandblast it cleaned most of it up, but there's still a little bit of oil and stuff that we're running out of time. We got to get this thing coated.
So how long can that last?
You've got 30 seconds to spray the frame.
Oh. It goes on with like an air gun, and so it's way more fun than spray paint, because your finger don't get tired. Braid says it's kind of fun, so this could end up being a good time.
This stuff's really fun because you get to see something go from looking like that to looking really nice in a short amount of time.
Ooh.
So much better.
Holy cow.
Wow. All gonna be one color. Okay, first things first, get it all over your hands.
I would have done the same thing until I saw your hands.
Perfect.
So, Braid's got to go take off to go finish the house. I'm going to finish painting this thing.
One eternity later.
She is coated and it looks so good. It's so nice to see it all one color. That was a ton of work. I got a ton of splatter all over me. But the frame is finally done, and by the morning it should be dry. So I got to go put 2 more coats on the axles. The axles will be done. And then by tomorrow everything will be dry. We can reassemble the whole thing. Ooh, it's getting close in here. How far are we from moving in?
I mean, Brad, I'm pretty sure all we need is masks. Do we have anything else?
No. Just paint.
So we're literally down to just masking. Everything else is completely done.
This is the fastest Braid's worked in his whole life.
Dude, for real though, like he filled every single little nail hole, like on all the trim, everything's caulked. Brady's been freaking cranking in here.
Well, how was Lou's birthday?
It was good. She still wants to be married to me for some reason, but
That's weird.
it's all good. Good.
We need to come check the mini truck out. I got it like almost put together, and it looks so good.
Put together.
Yeah, come check it out. All right, keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. All right, check it out.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh. Look at this.
Holy crap.
It's done.
It is
Mini
done.
truck's done, basically. We need to put him in charge of the rest of it.
It looks so
This thing was completely roached last night. I can't believe how much that covered, like,
Yeah.
all of the imperfection and everything. Dude, that was definitely the move to do Raptor liner on this.
It's gonna be so much more durable too, with rock chips.
Oh yeah, and if something gets
Sand.
scuffed up, you just hit it and you can't even tell.
The crazy thing is that's only one coat of bed liner too.
How many coats is it supposed to have, Braid?
I don't know.
What the flip?
That's good enough.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Look how thick that stuff is.
Dude, I feel like it looks great.
Wow, my gosh,
Yeah,
dude.
that looks good.
Dude, it has that like actual quality vibe to it now. It doesn't look absolutely homemade. All I know is I have the greatest brothers of all time ever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys are way cooler than you look.
The best part about this is it no longer has to get taken apart ever again. The only time that could happen is if that motor is in like 4 pieces. We might have to pull it out.
That'll be
but-
the next time that motor comes out, it'll be blown.
Yeah, so we're gonna red Loctite strip the bolts so you can't get the nut off. We're gonna do everything we can to make sure this thing never comes out. Ever again.
I feel like, you know, down the road when we finally die and this thing ends up in a museum, I feel bad for NASA to have to take all this paint off to figure out how we did it. This thing's a specimen.
The question is it gonna be a Chinese museum or a US museum?
That's a good
That's
question.
what I wonder.
The nuts thing is, the beginning of this week, I just didn't think there was any way we were going to be able to get everything done that we were hoping to get done.
That was a big week.
That was a huge week.
That was
dude.
so much getting done. There was so many little tedious, dumb things that just took forever too that had to get done to get it this far.
And like now that there's a platform here, like it's not so overwhelming. All we need to do is get that motor running, get the steering working and brakes, and we could drive it. Like, it used to be like you look at this thing and it just was overwhelming because everywhere you look, there's more stuff to be done. We finally have a foundation now to just keep working up the truck and finish this thing out, dude.
It used to be where we would do something, but we didn't want to finish it because it'd have to come off because we had to do something else. It was just like this big circle of we can't finish anything until this happens, and now it's like the base is here, build off of it. It's so much easier to like pick something now and do it.
I can't wait to get going on like the fun stuff now.
Dude,
Like,
yeah.
the plumbing,
The starting this
electrical.
motor.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We haven't even got to the fun stuff yet.
We hope you all had a good 4th of July. We didn't get to really do anything super fun like go camping or go boating because these guys have been absolutely cranking. And I'm gonna go edit this video and then move into our new place. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.